We're Tom and Angel, and we're currently road tripping through Vancouver Island and the Sunshine Coast. After a 2-day scenic drive from Victoria, we finally made it to the Esoista Peninsula, the gorgeous stretch of coastal land where you can find Pacific Rim National Park, Ucluelet, and Tofino, which is where we'll be hiking, eating, whale watching, and exploring in this episode. Good morning! We're starting our day off in Yuki with some coffee and a short pier walk. The sun is bright and warm, so we're just enjoying a nice stroll.
Ucluelet, I'm butchering the name, is affectionately called Yuki by the locals. It's kind of shadowed by Tofino because it's a little further away from the beaches, but it is a great little spot. The native name for this land, Ucluelet, is translated into people of safe harbor, and I am assuming that this would be the harbor, considering this is on the ocean, but it's like tucked in behind a peninsula.
If you remember last night, we made it all the way to Port Albion, which is the other side of the lake here. We were just on that pier. No, we were just on that pier right there. And we also did the lighthouse loop, which is on the end of the peninsula. The waters there were crashing, it was all rocks. So safe harbor, meaning that you go into this Yuki inlet here where the waters are much calmer and much more safe for you to actually take your boat into. Oh yeah, maybe it's a seal. Oh, it just came out. It was like a black seal. It just...
breached?
Yeah. Oh, it's right there.
Oh.
Oh yeah, and this is also where the aquarium is. That's it for a little stop in Yuki. We're gonna head to Tofino and see what's up. Just checked into where we're staying tonight. We're gonna head out and grab some coffee before we do a hike. So we're gonna take a nice walk a little bit into town and head back out. The first trail that we're doing today is the Canso Bomber Ruins Trail. It's a trail that has an old plane crash. It was closed last year because they were building out this trail that goes all the way from like Yuki to Tofino. Most of it is built now, and now it's open, so we can go see it this year. Here it is, it's the trailhead. Pretty sure.
Looks like it.
It's a building.
Used to have a loading dock. Whoa. I didn't want to go any further, but now I feel I have to. Super gross. Hi, friend.
So I have a deep appreciation for these planks that we're able to walk on because one, we're technically in a boggy area, so the soil is like super wet, and you can see some people stepped off of the planks and like fell into the soil. So really appreciate it. And also we're quite a ways in the trail, and having to bring all these planks in was probably a whole project. So much appreciated. Thanks, Parks Canada. That is not a nice sound.
Airplane in the woods.
Here it is. That's a plane crash, all right. The story here is that in February 1945, a Canso bomber plane flying out of Tofino experienced engine failure shortly after takeoff and crashed here. Thankfully, the pilot and the crew of 12 on board all survived, and Tofino has turned it into a feature and a unique place you can hike to. We just made it to Tonquin Beach, which is the park that is closest to Tofino proper. And I like this park and these trails because there are some hidden beaches along the way. Because it's later in the day and we got a glimpse of the beach, Tonquin Beach, it actually looks like it's not so busy anymore. So we're probably gonna go there. Typically, I would recommend skipping Tonquin Beach because that's where everybody goes, and then hitting up Third Beach instead. But like I said, not too many people there, so it looks like a good spot. had a really lovely couple hours on the beach, reading, chilling, getting some vitamin D. The tide, though, is coming in real fast. Look at that. So that means it's time to go. So cute. This photographer doing the most right now. For dinner today, we're headed into a shipping container market. It's at the end of town, so if you just drive along Main Street all the way to the end, there's like a little neighborhood of sea cans with different shops. I was craving poke, so we're gonna get poke. Well, I'm gonna get poke. I don't know what you're gonna get. Wow. Thank you. What do we think?
It's pretty good.
Pretty tasty.
Definitely try it.
Hit the poke spot. Rainy day in Tofino today. We're just in town grabbing some coffee and breakfast. We went to Rhino. You got a Boston cream and it has a smiley face on it. The weather's not great, but we're here for a good time, not a long time. So we're powering through.
For whale watching today, we went with West Coast Aquatic Safari. One of the reasons that we chose them is because it is kind of rainy, but also not rainy. And most places you had to choose either indoor or outdoor boats. And here their boats have indoor and outdoor sections. So
Heated indoor too.
Heated indoor. So that was a big plus because there are a lot of options in town that are all kind of around the same price point. So it was a little overwhelming at first trying to pick.
For you, one for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
They have at least 3 whale watching tours per day. They also do bear watching and hot springs excursions too. There's also otter watching, fishing charters, a lot of things to do on the ocean if you don't surf like us, and if it's a rainy day. Yay! It's a big one.
There he is. He's coming up again. Whoa, the tail! Hit the button.
You should just record and then try to get a screenshot.
I'm looking at him and I didn't hit the button. There he is.
That's a humpback. What we're seeing over there is a minke whale.
Oh, there he is.
Nice.
Well, I don't know where we go from here.
Go back.
Let's go home, I guess. One more? Yeah!
Let's see if I got anything now.
Oh!
Oh my god! Here's the fin.
Nice. So quiet now. So the whales that we've been seeing are mostly humpback whales, which aren't normally here. So that's been pretty cool. Usually we'll see some gray whales, but we're learning some cool stuff where they come up at least 2, 3, 4 times to breathe, and then they do the full, it's called a terminal dive, where they actually show their fin and then they'll do the tail wave. So it's really cool to see it and actually like wave for it when we're watching them. So Captain Aaron is pretty awesome because we were talking about all the different species around here, and then I asked him about the puffins and he was like, you want to see some puffins? I'll take you to go see some puffins. So now we're gonna go see some puffins. Correction, apparently puffins are quite elusive, so he's taking them to a place that has them, but there's no guarantee that we will see them, like with all things in life.
There are only 2 pairs.
What?
There's only 2 pairs here.
I didn't hear that part. Anyway, otherwise, we're probably gonna go see some gray whales. He said puffins. Those are big boys.
Those are some big.
They are huge.
Oh, Come on, come see us. Oh, babies.
Go in the water.
Gonna dive. Now we're looking for puffins. That's not a puffin.
That's fruit.
That is just a
Not it. Oh, I see them.
Yeah,
Aw,
they're just chilling.
cuties.
sea otters.
Sea otters.
There's the little guy kind of floating in the back there. See his feet?
And one of those actually is a mother and its pup.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I see.
you
I
see
see.
there's a little pup on her belly.
They're so cute. What do
Yeah.
they do in the kelp?
Well, they just use it as an anchor.
They'll tie themselves off.
yeah.
Oh.
They
Sleep.
tie themselves up and sleep. Yeah, that is pup.
Where?
Might be looking at
They all look the same.
You could just pretend. You can just pretend, and we can just say we saw it.
It's an orange. He's just eating the orange.
Urchin.
He's got an urchin, yeah.
Wow.
Doing his thing.
Hi.
You
Hi,
see the
buddy.
sea urchin? He's
Oh,
having a snack too.
hi. There he is. Wow. Bye, Will. So that was super fun. Super cold now. I mean, you're cold, but you got a hug from Captain Aaron at the end there.
So
That was
good.
kind of weird.
Wow. Weird for you.
That was weird for me because I was kind of jealous. Anyway.
Just cute.
Love our connections.
Oh,
I was just telling her.
this is
like,
awkward. I feel like I'm
Can you
third
just-
wheeling
can you
right
just
now.
stop?
I'm
Can we
sorry.
have a second,
oh
please?
my god. We did not see the puffin, but we
sea otters
saw
and seal
eating
and sea lions.
eating urchins and basically everything else except for the puffin.
It's a humpback whale, a Menkes whale, and a gray whale.
That was so fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm so glad we did that. Should definitely do it
When
on a
it's
rainy
warm.
day. It's actually quite nice because there's not as much glare from the sun. So yeah, cool trip. Damn.
We went with a Boston style chowder and a 2-piece cod with panko breading instead of batter, fish and chips.
Get that ASMR. That was super tasty.
Super tasty.
And we learned while waiting in line that if you bring your receipt from the grill, you can get 10% off at Chocolate Tofino, which is right beside, and they have chocolate and ice cream. So we get dinner and dessert now. Ice cream! Well, gelato. If you want to go for a walk by the water but don't necessarily want to go to the beach, there are a handful of roads that basically just lead to the ocean here.
It's not a big town, and it's surrounded by ocean.
Every road kind of leads to the water at some point, so you can just take a nice walk down to the water, get some fresh air.
It smells nice.
It's nice. On a clear night, you can come to the most western harbor part and watch the sunset. It's also very nice. Is everything just nice?
It's nice.
I want to give a shout out to the locals of Tofino. I was doing some research and found out that the town is only 2,000 people, but they host 2 million people a year. So, like, thank you. That's a lot of pressure.
On behalf of 2 million people,
Yeah. Good job, guys. That number is staggering.
it's a lot for one little city. Today we had planned to do Long Beach, do a nice walk in the rain. So we're gonna make some coffee, bundle and suit up and see just how much of this we can walk in the rain.
I am committed to running out and touching the ocean. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Because it's pouring.
We were mentally preparing ourselves to go out into the rain, and then this guy came and asked us to help him jumpstart his car, so we did. So we're already wet, so now we're just gonna go ahead. It's only the top layer that's wet, right?
I've never seen that before. That's neat.
It's not windy, thank goodness.
Once you accept, like, you're a little cold and a little wet, like, it's not that bad.
So we did park at the northernmost point of Long Beach, which is Incinerator Rock. And Long Beach is 16 kilometers long, no, the ocean got to me.
Angel is not wearing pants.
I'm wearing shorts.
You can't prove that. Rainy and wet, but we did it. I've been in the Pacific Ocean at Long Beach. Oh!
That wasn't bad. It's not bad.
It continues to be not bad.
I feel like I can cold water surf now. It looks like it's going to be a rainy day all day today. So we're finding refuge in the Tofino Botanical Gardens, which also has a cafe called Darwin's Cafe. We're hoping to, I guess, hang out and wait out the day.
Hopefully the rain breaks a bit.
Although the weather did say that it was like 100% for most of the day. So we'll see. The botanical gardens are outdoors, so it's not like a rainy day activity you can do, unfortunately. But the cafe is. You can hang out in there and maybe try to get a little bit of work done. No trip to Tofino is complete without Tacofino. However, be prepared to wait in line, even in the rain. And the line can usually go up to like an hour, hour and a half. But it's so good. So it's worth it. At least that's what we're telling ourselves. But we're not the only ones crazy enough to do it. So I mean,
It's like probably 100 people.
we're out here. We're doing it. It's a thing to do.
Order for Jack. That's everything.
And that's everything. Oh, and can we get Valentina's, please, on the side? Burritos! According to the times that I put up, it was about 20 minutes to get from the end to placing our order, and then it was like, yeah, 20 minutes to get the food. So 40 minutes total if you want to go to Tacofino and Tofino on a rainy day, too.
Yeah, let's eat.
Let's eat. Boop. That looks so good.
I got fish.
You got fish, I got pork. So good.
So with our bellies full, despite the rain, we've decided to try to tackle a trail. What more fitting than a rainforest loop?
This trail, without question, has the nicest boardwalk I've ever been on. One thing Angel and I have noticed on our time on the island is that the beauty of the land itself kind of gets shadowed by the beauty of the ocean. And rightly so, the ocean's gorgeous and surfing looks like a lot of fun. And like beaches are fantastic, I love beaches. But the trails here are less than they could be, considering the mountains and the variety of landscapes. So I was really glad, especially out here in Pacific Rim, when we started this hike and I saw just how nice it is and how unique. Like, it is a gorgeous hike. They really nailed it on this one.
When we were on the boat yesterday and we could see the whole coast of the island, we saw that there were tons of mountains. Like, the range was so high and so pretty, but it's one of those things that hasn't really been advertised to us. And then if you look onto All Trails, for example, there's not very many hikes up the mountain. So I was personally kind of surprised to see how many mountains there were. I guess like it's just overshadowed by the coast. Like you said, everyone wants to come here for the ocean because you can technically go see mountains anywhere else. But I think they would be really pretty and really cool to climb. But obviously that's not up to us.
Yeah. So whoever makes that decision, let's make it happen.
There are two sides to the Rainforest Loop, the north and the south. So I think that officially makes it a loop-de-loop.
It's referred to as the figure eight.
I like loop-de-loop better.
Loop-de-loop is more fun though.
Watch your step. And that's it for the Rainforest Loops. Last but not least, we are making a stop at Long Beach.
It's pretty much deserted. We still wanted to see it.
Yeah, properly. Even though this morning we were at the Incinerator Rock section, which is more north. 100% the 16 kilometers of Long Beach. You can spend like all afternoon just walking down, walking up. Yeah, look at all those devout surfers. Really wish I could have shown you the nice days on Long Beach.
We got rained out,
unfortunately.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, there's always next time.
That's it for our adventures on Vancouver Island in Tofino. Next stop is Sunshine Coast. If you like this video, like it, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
And the whole line was like, hey, there's a line, and they started booing her. They're like,
Oh my
they're like,
god.
nah. Like, we have your money, but you're gonna wait.
You hear that, Sandra? Sandra? Whatever your name
Whatever
is.
her name was.
Line skipper.
Line skipper!
Now your food's cold, so
She doesn't want to put on socks.
everything is